Hey there, welcome to Language in 10 Minutes. I'm Dr. PK, and today we're going to be talking about how to do better on that dreaded ACT reading test. So let's be real. Nothing really replaces being a good student and reading for your different classes, whether it's social studies, English, science, any of the classes that require a lot of heavy reading. I know kids skip the reading. Let's be honest, I know it, all right? I have a PhD and I know it doesn't take a PhD to know that kids skip their reading. In the end, nothing really replaces reading consistently. It's like a cross-country race. You can't just all of a sudden, within 30 days, try and become a cross-country runner, a marathon runner, and expect to do super duper well. But there are some things that you can do to get better, right? So nothing can replace kind of like reading on your own, whether you're reading novels, whether you're reading newspapers, whether you're reading magazines, internet websites. You do need to actually do some reading to kind of get stronger at it. You need to build your reading stamina, you need to build your reading speed, you need to build your reading comprehension, quite honestly, right? Read op-ed pieces in the newspaper. And in doing so, you're going to kind of get at the writer's attitude. And those are the types of questions that you're going to see on the ACT reading passage. Now, there are 4 passages, remember, and one of the passages deals specifically with literature. It happens to be more of the Englishy type of reading. And so there are a few strategies that we can work with to kind of help you increase your success level with these particular questions. Now, the big thing with that test is that it goes so fast. Right? There are 4 passages, there are 40 questions. You probably have about 9 minutes for each passage and set of 10 questions to answer. But remember, today we're going to be focusing literally on the literary analysis part. And there are a few tips that I can help you work through that might give you a better opportunity to have some success, considering that you have to grind out that reading and grind out those questions so quickly. Okay, so there's some things that we can look for. 1, we should really be looking at the question stems. What kinds of questions do the ACT people ask us in a typical literature piece? And there's a pattern of questions that they typically ask. One of the set of questions that they like to ask deals with the characters, like the characterization. What's a character like? What's the character, how do other people feel about the character? And so look for, as you're reading, look for the relationships, right? What do people think about this character? And then how might the character be described? Okay, so now give it a shot. Go ahead and read the passage carefully and quietly to yourself using this strategy. Had you perhaps paid attention to the characterization by underlining or making a quick note on the side, you would have been able to answer question 5 very quickly by noting that he believes in a civic responsibility. Okay, reading through the ACT passages takes some time, but the problem is you don't have a lot of time. paying attention to specific things like characterization, what the character believes in, what others think about the character, and the character's relationships with others really helps you kind of hone in on the ideas. What you'll want to consider doing is maybe making short annotations and to look for some key ideas as you're going through. In the end, simply read. That's the biggest thing that's going to help you do well on the ACT reading. Please consider liking, subscribing, and actually sharing us out on social media. Send us out to your friends. Help them do well on the ACT reading as well. Right? Put in some comments if there are other ACT questions and ideas that you want us to try and tackle. We'll try and honor that. This has been Language in 10 Minutes. I'm Dr. PK, and we hope you do well. Your world's been lit.